Now that I have the Isu device forged, we need to move quickly. You distract Atlas while I sneak into his private chambers.
More sneaking.
After Poseidon outlawed human experiments, Atlas confiscated a device and kept it. That device theoretically could add a third helix to my DNA.
I've seen what these Isu devices can do. It's not pretty.
The science is sound. And I've even found evidence of tests being done on humans that looked promising. In previous cycles, of course, before Poseidon outlawed experimentation.
Just tell Atlas the truth. You have good intentions.
If he's afraid of his enemies hurting me now, what will he think of me undergoing this procedure? Besides, he can't break Poseidon's law.
I'm not sure a good Dikastes goes behind the back of an Atlantean Archon.
I've been preparing for this my entire life. Don't worry. Just keep Atlas talking while I'm in his chambers.
I don't think we have anything in common. What are we supposed to talk about? The weather?
Atlas is a jealous lover, and he's already threatened by your role as Dikastes. Why not play to that advantage? Whatever you do, don't mention my plans.
Great. This will do wonders for our relationship.
Everyone knows it's lonely at the top, Dikastes. Let's go.
What if I do tell him about it?
Once I impart Isu DNA into my body, I should be able to use the device without side effects.
It's the should that worries me.
Yeah.
Remember, whatever you do, don't reveal my political plans to Atlas.
Alright, so I'm trusting this woman less and less now. But hello everybody, welcome back to Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Quite possibly the final episode for the Fate of Atlantis DLC. Because like I said in the last part, there isn't that many quests in this DLC, or in this chapter of the DLC.
Trick Atlas into thinking you and I are closer than we are.
Are we not close? What's there to trick?
You know what I mean.
Yes. Making Atlas envious would certainly be a good distraction.
Oh, okay, he is posing for a painter, not just posing. I didn't see the painter at first, and I was like, what a tool.
What are you doing here? With her, no less.
The Dikastes and I were just taking a stroll, and I remembered I left a book on Atlantean cyclical history here. She'd like to borrow it. Do you mind if I fetch it?
No. Do you need me to help you look for it?
No. You two stay here. I'm sure you have much to discuss.
What game are you playing, Dikastes?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm sure by now Elpis has told you about the nature of our relationship. She's hardly as discreet as I'd like her to be. What business do you have with her?
Getting to know each other, I'm helping her become Isu. We're discussing politics. You know what?
I've had enough of these secrets. Elpis wants to become Isu like you. She's using a device in your palace to do it.
Atlas, stop!
You betrayed me! You used knowledge I told you in confidence for your own political gain!
It was for Atlantis! I don't want to be your weakness anymore. I can help you, Atlas.
Lies! You used me!
Wait, don't!
This is your fault! Dikastes wasn't enough, huh? You had to steal away my father's love, turn Elpis against me! You want to rule my Doma, too!
No! It had nothing to do with that!
Traitor! You're no longer welcome here! Guards!
Look, I need to get out of here.
No. Oh yeah, I forgot that I had my A. That I had that. Fuck, I didn't expect them to kill her. Should we restart and see what else we got? Let's do it. Let's restart and see what else we got. Okay, see now that's one of those things, right, where I didn't exactly know what was gonna happen. I mean, I kinda knew, but you know, 10:08. Yeah, right, that's just before I started. But it's like, how much... See, it's the issue with giving a player choices, right? Like, you can't obviously have the entire conversation written down. Like, you can't have, like, all the words that, like, when you have a voiceless protagonist, like in the first Fallout games or something, right? Or in, like, Oblivion, maybe? I don't know. But the point is, like, the games where, like, you have, like, that really long sentence that you choose from, right? And, like, older school RPGs and that, you know, like, those there, they obviously give you a lot more of what's going to happen, or, like, of what your character is going to say. And then you get games like this one, or, like, Fallout 4. Can you even talk to anybody in Skyrim? I don't think so. With that is, you get these little snippets, right? Like, it's a lot better than it is in, like, let's say, Dragon Age 2. Kind of, actually. You know, I'm going to take that back. We'll go into why after. But, because, like, you get, like, these little snippets, right? Like, you'll choose one, but you won't necessarily know, like, how your character is going to say that. Or because I think I mentioned this before, where it's like, I'll choose something, and the character will say that, but they'll say it in a different tone, and then add all this shit onto the end of it. That's like, whoa, that's not what I meant, right? And obviously in a game like this, when they do something similar, right? It's like, I have my options, and in general, you know, obviously, like, this game's really long, so you get a little bit more of a feel for how, in this case, Kassandra feels about stuff, thinks about stuff, so you got a little bit more of what she'll probably say or how she'll say it, but there's still times where it doesn't, right? But, like, that situation there was like, Kassandra could have stopped him, not like attacked him or anything, but, like, you know, like, your character Kassandra in this DLC anyway, she tends to stand this, like, aside a lot, right?
I'm sure by now Elpis has told
like, when something bad is about to happen, like, she doesn't stop it. Like, she doesn't really try to stop it, because
what business do you have with her?
she could, right? Like, it's to get everything together, right? Like,
of course she can have friends, but I suspect there's more going on here.
You have nothing to worry about, Atlas. I have no schemes against you.
Maybe you don't play games, but Elpis lives for them. I can tell when she's up to something.
Elpis cares about policy in Atlantis. Involve her and hear what she has to say.
It's not her place. It's mine.
You don't talk about Elpis like you love her.
And you're not speaking of her as if you're merely her casual acquaintance.
Elpis makes great points about improving the lives of humans in Atlantis. I support her cause. Why don't you?
She should support me.
uh-oh.
Atlas, stop!
Okay,
You
so...
betrayed me. You used knowledge I told you in confidence for your own political gain.
It was for Atlantis. I don't want to be your weakness anymore. I can help you, Atlas.
Lies! You used me!
Wait, don't...
See, like, Kassandra could have done a lot more right there at that moment, right? Yeah, okay. I was gonna see if I could reload again.
This is your fault.
Because I want to see what happens. Like, I want to see if there's a way to
You had
stop
steal
her
away
from
my
dying.
father's love,
Mainly
turn
because
that
I know
piece
this is
against me.
probably the
You
last
want to rule
part,
my
so...
Doma too.
No, it had nothing to do with that.
Because he's really,
Traitor!
you know, chatting
No
a bunch of
longer
nonsense here.
welcome
Especially after, like,
Guards!
the end of that last quest, right? Where he gave us that half of a, I'm assuming, some kind of key. See, now the reason I want to see if I can survive, if I can get her to survive it, is because it's called The Blood Gets in Your Eyes, right? Oh shit, 212? Oh, I don't know about that now. Because, like, the name of it doesn't sound like she's gonna survive. But I don't know. It's weird, you know. But, like, in Dragon Age 2, right? Great game, love that game. they had the wheel, but they didn't actually have, I don't remember, I don't think anyway, it's been a while since I played it, but they didn't really have any, like, what you were going to say, right? It was, you looked at the picture in the middle, and did you want to do the Paragon thing, the snarky thing, or the evil thing, and then, like, they had different pictures that slightly altered each of those and whatnot, right? So,
It's the should that worries
it
me.
was, I want to say it was worse because you would think, right? It gives you even less information, but at the same time, it gave you the intention behind each meaning, right? Like, obviously, it was very simplified, and it didn't allow for a lot of variation, or a lot of complexity to the conversations, or to your choices, because it was very clearly through choice. And every once in a while, like, snarky would get removed, and you'd have, like, an aggressive, and then, like, a slightly less aggressive one, and whatnot.
Trick Atlas into thinking you and I are
Or something
closer
like
than we
that.
Are we
But,
not
like,
close?
it
What's there to
was...
trick?
You know what I
It was
mean.
nice knowing the
Yes.
intention behind
Making
what
Atlas envious
Hawk
would
was going to
certainly
say,
be a good
right?
distraction.
Because like I said, in this one here and that, you don't necessarily know the intent behind the words. So it would be nice if they had something like that, where it had like the little symbol or something, so that you knew how your character was going to say it, how your character was going to approach that conversation, rather than just like a small chunk of the words that they will say. And even sometimes they don't even say those words in some games.
No. Do you need me to help you look?
Which has always confused me.
No.
Because it's like you have like the words
I'm
that
sure you have
it's
much
like,
to
hey, say
discuss.
this. And then they don't say that at all. They say something that's
game are
like
you
similar
playing,
to it, but
Dikastes?
like not like
don't know what you're
hugely
talking
similar,
about.
you know?
I'm sure by now Elpis has told you about the nature of our relationship.
Or sometimes it'll be like
Discreet
you
as
click
I'd
on the
like her to
words that
be.
you picked,
What business do you
and
have?
then what your character actually says is
What? Is El Pace not allowed to have friends?
Of course
it's
she
like they
can
already
have
had
friends.
said what you had clicked on,
But I
and then they've
suspect
like
there's more
continued
going
off of
on
there.
here.
And that's always weird
You have
because then I
nothing
never
to
know. It's
worry
like, okay,
about,
well, the
Atlas.
words that I clicked
have
on, did you
no
actually say
schemes
those
against you.
or not?
Maybe you don't play games, but Elpis lives
All right,
for
let's
them.
see.
I can tell when she's up to something.
Okay, let's see if I can stop them.
Don't talk about El Pace that way. She's not manipulative.
I have a feeling she's very
passionate.
manipulative.
So you do care for her then?
You don't talk about El Pace like you love her.
And you're not speaking of her as if you're merely her casual acquaintance.
The truth is, El Pace and I are in
See, now
love.
things like this, right? It's weird that each... Oof. It's weird that each
What?
thing doesn't have like
What have
a...
you done?
Oh, she
I'm
did it.
not weak anymore, Atlas. I can rule Atlantis at your side.
This is your doing. You're trying to revolt against the issue with hybrids.
No!
Oh.
What did you do?
I didn't mean to. He was going to kill you.
Okay. He's just like, oh, shit.
It seems my brother finally got his due. Was this your judgment, Dikastes?
I killed Atlas. It wasn't my intention.
You hoped to rule by his side to ease the conflict between humans and Isu.
He wasn't as supportive of my dreams as I would have hoped.
I support you. You can assume his role as you see fit. I will handle Poseidon and my brothers.
Thank you, Azais.
You can't be more corrupt than Atlas. And Atlantis can't fear progress if it hopes to pass this cycle.
Atlantean politics are even more dramatic than in the Greek world. What will you do now?
I'm not the first Atlantean ruler to take power by force. If the Isu can do it, why not me? Still, I didn't want to start my reign this way.
Bring the good you've always dreamed of to your reign.
I will, Dikastes. Thank you for your help.
Alright, so I'm going to stick with this for two reasons. First of all, I don't really want to reload it again. Because it takes forever to load, and we're already like 17 minutes in and we've done one conversation. But the other reason is because I've done the other two, right? Like, if I had done that one
will
first...
make a better ruler than Atlas. She certainly can't do any worse.
So, like, if I had done that one first, right? I very well would have probably wanted to restart. I probably would have wanted to do the exact same thing and restart it to see the other options. Because I'd be like, oh, fuck, we can't let Atlas die, come on. But because of the other two, because I did the other two ways first and saw just how seemingly broken Atlas was, I'm fine with this now. Right? It's like, if I hadn't seen the other two first, Atlas dying wouldn't have made much sense. Because, like, yes, he did threaten to execute his brothers. But once again, did they teleport away or were they never really there and was it a test for me? I don't know. But he did straight up murder Elpis. Just for trying to help him. You know? Just for trying to make things better. So it's like, alright, I'm not really upset about your death anymore. I need to... Okay, so I need to get on there. Let's see if I can just navigate these things. I do like how we did end up with a separate choice. Like, I was slightly worried after the first two attempts there that it was gonna be like either she dies because Atlas kills her, or she dies because like the thingamabobber kills her, whatever the fuck it was she was using. But I'm glad to see that there was a little different. I kind of wish that there was a little bit more to it, you know, for like the conversations with Atlas. Because like obviously if you don't go down that exact path, she dies. So, you know, it would have been nice if you could have maybe tried to like convince him or something, but whatever. I'm happy with this outcome. Now, since nobody's here, I'm guessing Poseidon's about to show up and bitch me out for all the shit I've been doing.
Looks so peaceful from up here. It always does, but it never is. I know, Icarus. I'm tired too. I've met so many people. Archons, kings, and now Isu. They're all the same. Go do this. Bring me that. Go kill him. I don't know if I can do this anymore. If I were ruler, things would be much, much different.
Oh shit, are we gonna take on Poseidon?
A speech from your new ruler?
Oh, let's see. Tonight we sleep, we feast. See, now once again, I don't know. Like, I want to pick this one, but like, I don't know how that's gonna go. You know what, let's just feast. Let's play it safe.
Bring the food. You bring the wine. For tonight, we feast until our bellies are as round as the moon.
Alright.
That sounded good.
I don't have wine, but if I brought you some bread, would you help me?
You shouldn't sneak up on people like that.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to interrupt the Dikastes' speech.
It was more of a fantasy, really.
Man, I'm really glad now that I didn't
Kassandra.
choose that second
I
one.
thought it was wonderful, Dikastes Kassandra.
Just Kassandra is fine. And what's your name?
Archon, you're even more special than all the bedtime stories my parents used to tell me.
What's wrong?
My parents are missing. They left for their assignments, but they never came home. The Isu won't help me. But then I remembered the story of you helping a lost girl in the underworld, who found her parents in Elysium. So I came to you.
I always help my friends, the Isu. I mean, I see now. Once again, it's like, are these top two saying that I'll help him or not? Like, I mean, I'm gonna go with this one.
Her name was Phoebe. We were good friends. She's in a better place now than when I found her.
She was lucky to have a friend like you.
I could always make a new friend. Maybe you, Archon. And I could help you. Would you like that?
More than anything.
You said your parents never came home. If you could tell me where they're assigned and what their names are, it would be very helpful.
Mata's name is Rene. She's assigned to the harbor. Pater is called Damadis, and he's assigned to the Adamant Quarry.
You're very brave. Now, go home where it's safe. I'll go talk to the harbor master and whoever is in charge of the quarry. I'll come find you once I have some answers.
Alright. So, I had something else I want. Oh, what is this? Is this the quarry? No, that's the harbor master. That must be the quarry. There was something else that I wanted to bring up in this part. But now I don't remember what it was. Oh, right. The fact that these are supposed to be simulations, right? So like when you approach, what's her face? She says like, hey, I made these 3 simulations for you, right? I don't think they should have done that. I think that they should have did it something a little differently because like, while it makes sense in Layla's time to say that, right? And even in Kassandra's time, it would make sense to say that. They don't play out like they're 3 separate simulations because like that's how they explain the 3. How's that gonna go? Like the 3 chapters, right? Is that they're 3 separate simulations? But with the way each simulation ends, it does, and the way Kassandra reacts at the beginning of each one, it doesn't make sense that Kassandra is entering 3 different simulations, right? It seems like Cassandra's just entering, like even if she had just said 1 simulation, that would have been fine. But the fact that she said that she made 3 separate simulations, and now you could argue that
You're back.
The simulations are connected, and Kassandra does only go into the first one, and you know, just like the fact that she's out is just because they were split into chapters for DLC, which, okay. But they don't act like a simulation and that, and like nothing in it says simulation to me, besides the fact that everybody in Atlantis seems to know everything I've already done. It doesn't play out like a simulation. And just like some of the ways things work, like some of the way some of the quest lines are and that, it doesn't seem like a simulation, right?
Dikastes, have you come to analyze the recently discovered coral permutations fastened to the hulls of our vessels?
No. I'm looking for a woman named Rini.
Yes, well, that is a subject I have absolutely 0 authority in, I'm afraid. I cannot help you.
Her son is very worried.
Please, do not asphyxiate me!
What are you doing?
I like humans, and I liked Rini. Poor Archon. But if they hear me talking to you, they'll kill me.
Oh.
Tell me where she is, or I'll cut you!
I told you I don't know anything! You'll find my contact not far from here, but be careful. A trap has been set for you.
You have made the Dikastes very angry!
I almost instinctively picked the one that was like aggressive.
You have compassion.
It's a good thing I did take a
Dikastes.
second to read.
You may be the only one who can calm the brewing storm between humans and Isu.
Because like when she's like, oh, I was like, all right, well, I gotta play along. And then like I saw like the aggressive thing and I'm like, oh, that's probably, oh, shit. I was like, oh, that's probably it. Then I had to stop for a second because it was like, oh shit, no, it's not. Acquire information from the ambushers, eh? So I'm assuming I shouldn't be killing them.
The harbor master was right. They're waiting for me. Well, I'd hate to disappoint them.
Τρέχετε! Πόρο εδώθεν! Βοήθειαν! Αδύνατον! Πρόσω!
Yeah, it would be a real shame if all of a sudden the ambush was just taken out, right? Bet you it would really screw up your plans if all of a sudden all of your people that were supposed to be ambushing you just ended up getting... I don't think I can do this one from that. Oh, wait. There we go, that worked. Nice. I like how they have an animation where like she jumps up and does that. Because, you know, most games wouldn't do that. Most games it would be like an all or nothing thing. Okay, got that one. So now I wonder if, because like obviously I'm supposed to talk to that person. There we go. Now, I don't have, okay. So that's everyone knocked out. Except for this guy, obviously. Nope. Ooh, that's right on the head, too. Now, anyway.
A note. So this Zarius abducted Rini. I'm going to find him.
See, Project Olympus must move forward at all costs. I recently delivered the human woman from the harbor and will continue to deliver humans. If the hybrid starts asking questions, send her to this location. We will make sure she gets the answer she deserves. Anyone discovered aiding the hybrid will face the wrath of Hera. Also, is this guy dead? I used a knockout arrow, but he may very well be dead. But whatever. Okay, so that's that taken care of. Where's the quarry? There it is. Yeah, I don't know how... I'm really curious to see. Like, obviously we'll see in this part, or maybe in the next part. I hope not the next part, just because even if we don't finish it in this part, there will be almost nothing left by the...
Come on.
I guess I just swim. Like, there will be, like, basically nothing. Oh, wait, no, there's a bridge right there. I'll do that. There would be basically nothing left for, like, another part of this after this part. Like, if it doesn't finish here, like, I may very well just make this, like, a little bit longer part just to finish it. If all my fucking around there at the beginning... this should be faster. If all my fucking around there at the beginning did extend the length a bit much, or a bit over. Because, like, I do want to leave that in.
They won't ask. There's a lot of guards for the quarry. I wonder why.
Yeah, no shit. Because, yeah, like, there can't be too much of this left. But, like, I really want, like, I don't want to cut out the first part. Mainly because, A, it wouldn't make too much sense if I just cut to, like, the choice that I ended up with. Considering that afterwards I talk about the other two choices. Nope.
Well, isn't this an honor? How'd you get past my guards?
I'm looking for the Madis.
And why would the great Dikastes be looking for missing humans?
I never said he was missing.
Very clever. Hybrid. When my humans transport adamant to the experimentation chamber, they don't always return. Occasionally they fall through the cracks, like rats.
Tell me where this experimentation chamber is, or I'll make you eat your precious adamant.
Primitive. Violence is all your kind understands.
Tell me!
Fine. It's in the garden of Kimopolia. But you're wasting your time. The doors are locked.
Then I'll just have to find the key.
You can try, hybrid.
I want to.
You know, treating humans like vermin will get you killed one day. Consider yourself lucky I'm not making that day today.
That was a good answer. That was a good line. I like that. Alright. Wanted to, but it's one of those things, right? Where it's like, oh, you understand his violence. I couldn't prove him right, you know?
I don't like the sounds of this experimentation chamber. And what do the Isu need with all this adamant? Archon's probably wondering where I am. I'll go see him.
Alright. But I don't have a quest to go see him. Are you gonna give me one? Nope. Nope. Right, come on. Where the hell am I supposed to be going? Gameplay, there we go. Yeah, oh, there it is. Okay. It's like, the fuck? You know what? I am gonna do this. Just because I knew I was about to be spotted. And you can't really outrun the Colossi because they fucking teleport like little pricks. Ow, ow, ow. Whereas I can outrun the Isu all fucking day and they can't catch me. And you know, sometimes you just gotta make that decision. It's like I can just try and run, but with the Colossi, you always want, if you can get them while, like, you know, stealth like that, that's the way to do it, because they're a pain in the ass. If you don't want to fight, well, too bad, because it takes a lot to get away from them. It's not quite as bad as, I've been playing a lot of No Man, well, last couple days I played a lot of No Man's Sky. Because of their new update and whatnot. And it had been quite a while since I played it. I don't think I had played it since the, I want to say the Foundation update. So, like, I missed, I think there was an update called Next that I missed entirely. But now, like, they have the Beyond one, but got into, you know, caused a little bit of a ruckus, flew into space, got the space police on me there, and you can't fucking get rid of them at all. The space police, if they're on you, you're just fucked. I did manage to get away at one point, but I don't exactly know how. They just kind of stopped.
Dikastes, Kassandra, did you find matter and batter?
Not yet. But I know they were taken to some sort of experimentation chamber by an Isu named Zarios.
Zarios? But he was always so kind to us. He gave us food and defended us when the others called us rats.
Do you know where I could find him? The doors to the chamber are locked, and he's my last hope of getting in.
He's usually at the fortified Doma of Miniseas, but he's always protected by guards.
That never stops me.
Okay. Oh, it says kill, so once again, I'm assuming I have to kill. And why is it that they always have to have, like, the nice guys be the ones abducting people? Like, come on. Like, you always, I guess because, like, it's not so much that the nice guys are the abductors, it's that the abductors are very good at pretending to be nice guys, otherwise they wouldn't be very good abductors, I guess. It's, you know, it's hard to, it's a lot harder to abduct somebody when you're being a prick about it, you know? Like a kidnapping, that's messy, that's noisy, causes a lot of ruckus, causes a big kerfuffle, you know, lots of things can go wrong. But if you're nice to the person and you can convince them to go with you, well, then, you know, it's a lot less of a hassle. They go willingly. There's a lot less of a kerfuffle, if any.
You've abducted your last human.
I really want to know what this blue is, because you can climb it. It's just like a straight up you can climb this color for some reason. Oh my, these guards are not the greatest. I also, for some reason, I didn't even think, oh, there's gonna be guards up here. This way. Let's see, can I continue along there? I cannot. Again, just to get, alright. Dude, am I actually gonna get in and assassinate and then get out? Like, without being, like, without having to kill everyone else along the way? That would be a, oh, shit, can't get in that door. That would be a first, I think. I don't think I've ever actually like had an objective to kill someone and I didn't end up killing at least one other person with them. Like, it never fucking works out that way. Oh, one of these doors. It's a good thing I'm a hybrid. Oh, I know this room. Nope. Sorry, buddy. Couldn't have been looking the other way, huh? Got his shadow still on the floor.
Atlas gave me.
That does.
Maybe it can help me get into the experimentation chamber.
Probably. Good from far, far from good. Alright. Deadly little secrets. Alright. Okay. So then, I got rid of him. Cleanly, I will say as well. Now, Kassandra, can you do me a favor and land on the rope? Thank you. Okay, and then that does look like it's at, like, water level. Nope, you didn't see me. Don't worry about it, I'm leaving anyway. Now, is there anybody down here that'll mind me taking their boat? Doesn't look like it. I don't know why, I keep hitting B to take control of the boat. And I have no clue as to why I want to hit B to take control of the boat. Like, in no game, like, it's Y. Like, Y, which is the universal, like, get in car or anything, or drive this vehicle in every game ever. And yet, in Assassin's Creed, it's like, oh, I need to get on this boat, B. It's like, the fuck? Okay. Oh, this is one of those, okay. One of those places that doesn't have a, it's one of the it's like the, a lot of the temples and that in the main game, where it's like they don't, or sanctums maybe they're called, they don't actually have any, like, location objectives, and they all have, like, that same symbol. The Guardian of Camellia. Oh, there was a, oh, that right there. It was, the Animata, Ostraka, Animagata, whatever. The riddles in this DLC, or this chapter of the DLC, was, I ended up looking them all up. Because none of them gave, like, any real indication of where it was.
Looks like the perfect place to hide missing humans. Locked. But I think I know what opens this.
See, now the fact that Atlas had half of this key as well leads me to believe that, once again, he was being a real prick.
The more complicated the key, the bigger the secret.
I mean, it was a circle that was cut in half. It wasn't really all that complicated. If anything, they could have made it like a jigsaw puzzle and really fucked you up. Alright, let's see. I'm just going to assume that anybody in here needs to die. I've also been using my ping a lot more in this DLC than I did in the main game, because, like, you end up inside a lot more areas. And because of that, obviously, you can't use Icaros to do stuff. Okay, so if I get that guy first, I might... There you go. I was going to say I might be able to chain it to him. Then that guy. Come on, do it, do it. Kassandra, why weren't you throwing the thing? No. Okay. Oh, ran out. Missed. God damn it, there's so many of them and they're so close to me. And I think I'm locking onto them. There we go. That one. Oh, what? Are you kidding me? Fucking God. Okay, let's get rid of you, because you're being a real... Oh, right! Assassin damage is AoE. Really? Oh, not what I meant to do. I forgot that I switched that. I was trying to use the health thing, but forgot. Alright, that's fine. Alright, so not as clean as I was hoping, but she wouldn't throw her fucking spear for some reason, and I don't know why. That should, in theory, be everyone now, though. With that amount of ruckus raised. Although, you know, obviously enemies. Like, it's one of those things, though, right? Where it's like in every game ever, like if you get into a fight, like the enemy that very clearly should have hurt you just doesn't.